It's only, no rush for diagnosis. They were kind of supporting the misusing the material, because I didn't believe that the person was hysteric and I was doing interventions of the psychotic. I just used, I didn't get into that. So that's why I love my supervisor. They gave me this freedom, and they kind of made me think that I have to create, along with the subject who is there, psychoanalysis every time. It's not in linearity because of diagnosis, but it's like one-off. It's a different from a doing. You approach the signify, the cut, many cuts, many interpretations, but you can still see the linearity, and you can make very similar interventions. So, in relation to the letter,
yeah, it's useful seeing it that way.
Yes.
That it goes through all those.
The letter and the act do not represent themselves for one another. That's why in another time we make this, let's say, in a sense, linearity. But if you make the act or the letter in this sense, then it becomes a doing. Lacan is very clear about it. If you carry, it's just existence. It's outside of the instance. So outside of the, this is it. It's outside of the instance. You can't.
Can I make a distinction between the symptom and the symptom? For me, the symptom is when the letter gets reduced to signifiers. That's when the person becomes breathless. That's when the person becomes breathless because they feel there's a mortification going on. When there's an attempt by signifiers to, when the letter gets reduced to signifiers, the person becomes breathless, there's a sense of mortification. That's the symptom. When there's a separation of the letter and the signifiers, when the letter is allowed to have its own movement, so to speak, that's when we have the symptom.
Yeah, I think there is a link.
Link?
A link, definitely. I mean, that's my...
In this, it's a good comment. I will just... I like
that's the material, isn't it? That is the cut into the material.
I will put the letter, let's use that linearity, because you spoke about first, after, whatever. The symptom is related to doing something with your symptom. The letter and maybe this, knowing what to do with the real and the destiny or whatever, the replacement of the object with the cause of the things we said today, it's after these things. You need to have symptomatize your drama or whatever, and in order to have an analysis with the letter, we need something from psychoanalysis. To be able to speak why they did that intervention, they can speak in terms of the other, Lacan and Freud are our tools, but to be able to speak for the particularity of the subject. And from my experience, I met a few analysts, let's say, there is some difficulty in speaking with their own words, like to say, to be mangues, not to macho. Wait, it's not macho. To have some valor. And to stop reading from paper and say, well, I did that because this and that. No, so we don't create the letter and as a mythical whatever thing. You don't do anything you want. I mean, it's the material, the answer is calling you. And I said about a year ago that even from because I'm not very fond of the preliminary sessions, I don't do them. I do sessions when they call me for appointments. I make cuts, I say things. Everything is real. It's there. They call you. You don't have to get interested. You don't have to explain. You mark stuff. What I was saying? I was saying something earlier. I wanted to finish with that, but I forgot.
The way we
we need brave analysts to be a bit like Spartans, but not using their. Because the Spartans, as I said last time, they had a letter on their shield. So, well, I did that because of this and that, but Lacan disagrees because this is, well, yeah, I know this concept, but in this particularity of this subject, I had to take matches and burn this diary that she was, to explain why I did that intervention. Why? And to do that, of course, at the level of the theory, whatever, but to assume the responsibility for what they are doing. And that's how we create this space, but we have to go through the analysis. The resistance to the letter is on the side of the analyst, not the analyzer. They don't hear the letter most of the times, and that's why I like what you said about using the material of the analyzer. I don't know what orientation you follow, but for me you are Lacanian.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. That's it. You can go have a coffee or something. I don't know, special. Okay? See you in September. Good question. I enjoyed it.